What is going on, guys? It's Jaden and welcome to another Plug Points production. Today I'll be teaching you guys how to make an album cover using Photoshop CC 2014. I'm almost positive this basically works with any Photoshop just because it's an overview, a review of how to make an album cover. So it's nothing in particular, but you can do it in almost any Photoshop. Alright, so I want to start off with letting you guys know that making a cover is a very linear experience. You got to know top to bottom what you want, what you're looking for, who you're making it for, and what style of the song it is. So you're looking for themes, colors, anything that has anything to do with any song. It's just hard relative knowledge you have to think about, overview. And it's kind of just like, it's like a, I want to say it's a math equation, but it's definitely some sort of algorithm you have to set up in your head just to make an album cover that works. So anyone can make an art, and anyone can make it work just because it looks good. That's what I used to do even, and it's not really that hard to do that because at that point you're just doing graphical design. So I like to make it into a practical, personal experience when I listen to music and make covers for them, just because it's a very nice way to get like an experience with it, and you kind of make it almost resemble what the music is. It's talking for the music. You can't look at music unless you're looking at the album cover. So I feel like it's a really important part of the process of dropping a song, album, etc. So something you have to take in consideration with this is that not every single person thinks the same, and everyone has the same opinion, and this is my opinion. But for today, I'll be making an album cover for the song I have right here for you guys, One Day by PNB Rock. It's a new track that he released with his new album. That's besides the point. I just want to let you guys know that you have to listen to the song. You have to kind of get used to, you got to hear what you're making it for, and then we'll make one for it. This one has nothing in particular, but it's good to have a song when you're working with this. So here you go. Just give it a listen. You guys can hear what we're working with today. Thanks.
You can kick me out, I ain't going trip. One day I'ma buy a big ass crib. One day I'ma buy a big ass.
So that's what we're working with today. It's just the PNB Rock song. Nothing crazy. I just want to get a base basically of what we're working with today. So I'm gonna look up. We're gonna go on and look up for PNB Rock photos. So, and there it is. So when you're making an album cover, this is something that's very controversial. It's not a process that, like earlier I said, it's a math equation that is so far from the truth, it's not even funny. It's not a math equation because anytime I make an album cover, the experience is usually always different. It's a linear experience, don't get me wrong, but it's a very different experience each time because sometimes you start with an idea that you know what you're going to be doing, and then sometimes you end with something completely different, and that's fine. That's how graphics and design works. So for this one, I really don't know what I want to do. We're just going to kind of wing it, which is something I do when I usually wind up liking it, and if I don't, I'll just restart. But the first thing I always do when I'm working on an album cover is I get the colors right. This one already kind of has a color palette with the image that we have, so I mean we're doing all right. So I guess we can put One Day. So that's the name of the song, One Day. So we'll just do that, and I'm gonna make this font a lot smaller because that's really big. It's kind of excessive. All right, so let me look for a font that works. Now this part for me has always been the hardest, is choosing a font. I've never been good at like finding the font that I want like fast. It's kind of just like, oh, look at this font that works, and I don't like it after like the third. I don't know. It's weird. Finding a font is one of my like hardships when it comes to any graphics and design actually. And I have so many, so it even makes it more harder to know what you want. And looking for a font is so it's just beat honestly. So we'll use this one. I kind of like it. I like the color of it already, so I'm honestly just gonna use that one. I'm gonna put it up there for now, and we could change it up whenever, obviously. So yeah. Something about this I'm gonna change though is that we're gonna have One Day, and we're gonna put it behind his arm. So we're gonna do that. To do that, you're just gonna cut out his arm really quick, and I'll just do it quickly for the sake of the tutorial. And to do that, you go to your pen tool, which is going to be located like right here, and we're just gonna go in here really quick and just pen tool his arm out. And with pen tooling, it's actually very simple. You just outline whatever the fuck you want to outline, and you're good. I'm not trying to do his whole arm, so I'm just gonna make this simple and do this. And if I wind up having to, then I don't really, I guess I have to, but it's whatever. I'm just gonna go fast for the tutorial because I have somewhere to be in like 20 minutes, so this is kind of nerve-wracking, no doubt. And boom. Alright. So that's good for right now, I guess. So we're gonna make. So after you do your pen tool, your finish out or whatever, make sure you have the layer you're on. Right click and go to make selection and press OK. Press Control J on that image, and then you can delete that one. And there it is. So you got one day. And of course, it's not gonna work. So, yeah, that's cool. It's whatever. One day it works. Um, so the one sticking out right there. So I'm just gonna rasterize that and use my selection tool to delete that. And now that we have that, what we can do is, I'm actually trying to see what that one looks like, to be honest. Hold up. I kind of like that. Yeah, that's cool. That's fresh as shit. All right, so we're going to do that one day. And now we have this cool looking optical, what do they call optical illusion thing going on here. So we got that. Next thing you want to do is if you want to put PNB Rock. I'm not putting PNB Rock. We have a picture of him. If you don't know PNB Rock, you probably aren't listening to him. Well, you don't need his name on it. I don't think it's so. It's whatever. So that's out of the way. You got one day. Now what do? You can do a bunch of different things. This is the fun part, all right? Just customizing things. So right here I have a folder of just legit random ass images that look cool if you overlap them with blending modes. And this is going to be what I work with. So I guess the first thing we're gonna work with is this texture. It's looking pretty cool. So we're just gonna play with this until it looks like it can work. But yeah, like every little like detail honestly can make a difference. Like it's crazy. When you overlap things and you're just playing with things, like you can make some crazy differences with just one simple image. And that's what I love about Photoshop and doing this all in general. Is just like there's so many different ways to do something, and it's just crazy to me. I kind of want a floral pattern in this because he's a really fruity guy. No offense. So I'm gonna get this floral pattern going on here. I'm gonna write. By the way, I'm going to this tool right here, which is Magic Wand tool. Magic Wand, you could just highlight colors usually. You have a tolerance up here. I usually have mine set to 100 just to ignore any kind of unwanted things. So I'm gonna press 100 up there. I'm gonna make sure this is rasterized, and I'm gonna press delete so I get rid of all the white. And I'm gonna also make this bigger so it overlaps the whole picture, like this. Now it's pretty big flower, so I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Let's check it out. I don't know. This is kind of like. All right, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna erase it actually. So I'm gonna make sure my hardness is all the way to 0. I'm just gonna outline him. Actually, we'll put my hardness to like 50, I guess. Yeah, that's good. So that works, and we're just gonna erase everything that's like on his like torso, I guess, and it's gonna be a background, and we're going good like there. So this is working pretty good in my opinion so far. It's changed a lot drastically. We barely did anything, so it's actually looked pretty good, in my opinion. And then I'm gonna bring the opacity down on this just so it doesn't like overkill. So now you got that. Looks pretty cool. What else could you add to make it look even cooler? We can do things like let me think. We're gonna add one more picture that I think would look cool, and then we're gonna go on to filters and stuff like that. So a picture that I think would also make this cooler. I guess we could try this one. So this is basically just like extreme colors and shit, I guess, that we can make with the overlay. And let's see how that turns out. Honestly, don't know how it's gonna look, so we'll figure it out. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work just because it's so vibrant, which is okay. All right, so we're just gonna work with this for now because this is actually not looking too bad. I'm gonna put this all in the folder, duplicate the folder, turn off the folder, and then merge this one right here. And then I'm gonna duplicate it again, go to filter gallery, and I'm gonna do this sprayed strokes. So you go sprayed strokes right here, and then you can copy the settings, and you can do whatever if you want to do this one. And I'm gonna put this on dark in color, or actually light in color. And then I'm also going to duplicate the bottom layer again, and we're going to go to filter gallery once more, go to stylize, and go to glowing edges. Pick whatever works that you think works for you. I'm definitely going to make that brighter and just work with that. And then I'll put this on lighten. And then there you go. That looks pretty cool. And now you can do things with your color grading and stuff like that. So I'm gonna start off with brightness and contrast. I'm gonna bring the brightness up and put the contrast up. Yeah, that looks cool. And then I'm going to do some curves. I don't usually, when I do curves, I don't do red, blue, and green by themselves. I usually just do the very top one, or the RGB all together, just because I feel like every time I do with the specific colors, it kind of just ruins it. So I'm just gonna go with that. I don't know, people yell at me for that. I'm gonna do exposure next. We don't need exposure because it's already overly exposed at this point, so I'm actually gonna bring it down a little bit, but we're gonna bring up this to add that flat image kind of style to it, and we're gonna do that, which looks pretty fresh. And then we're going to add a nice hue and saturation. We're gonna change up the colors just a little bit, see what we can work with here. So I honestly I feel like that looks cool. That looks cool right there. And then we're gonna go to vibrance, and I'm gonna bring down the colors a little bit, or for the vibrance, and I'm gonna bring up the saturation down actually, and bring up the vibrance. And then one more thing, which is going to be photo filter, and then this is kind of color overview. So I think for the color I want to see most in it, or is gonna be that one right there, that yellowish kind of thing. I'm gonna bring down the density. And now we have all these filters, and now it's gonna make lights. So I'm gonna make a new folder and name this lights. And we're gonna go and make a new layer. I'm gonna go to this blue one right here. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go to this blue one right up here. I'm gonna zoom out, go to my brush, and I'm gonna make it really fucking big. Put the hardness on 0, and I'm just gonna highlight this corner. And I'm gonna make another layer, and I'm gonna go down to like a dark like orange, like right there. And I'm gonna do that one right there. Do that, and then make another layer, and then go to black. And we're just gonna highlight that black and like that. And now we have like this cool effect going on. So we're gonna play with the filters. Put the black one under these, and then I'm gonna put the orange one on soft light. I'm gonna bring down the opacity just a little bit to about like 40. And for the blue one, we're gonna put this on. Let's see. Let's just scroll through these and see what looks best. Yeah, that looks best. We'll put it on screen, and we'll bring down the opacity. And yeah. So you got your lights. And now for the final touch is we're going to make one more group. We're going to turn this one off and merge this. We're going to go to our selection tool. We're going to press Control J, delete this one, and now we have this. We're going to make it smaller, about like so. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put a white border behind it. Actually, no, I'm going to do like a yellowish kind of like tintish one like that. So we're going to go with that. And I'm going to put one more filter over it, which is going to be this little line filter, I guess you can call it. And I'm just going to make it bigger. And we're going to put this on, let's see. We'll put it like that, and then we'll bring the opacity down just a lot. And then boom. You are finished your album cover. So this was basically a very quick overview of how to make an album cover and how to think of one. You don't have to be that precise about it. It's literally something that's just very linear, and you could go and do whatever you want. So I hope this helped you out. Honestly, like this is something that I've never really got the luxury of learning because no one ever made a solid tutorial on it. I hope I did my share. I hope I helped you guys out. If you did, make sure you leave a like, and if you have any questions, comments, and/or concerns, let me know down below in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer you as soon as possible. And it's been Jaden from It's been Jaden from Plug Points Productions. Make sure you follow us if you haven't already, and check out the website if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'm out. Peace.